Hi, this is Nassim from Seed the Commons. I'm in Lausanne, Switzerland. We've been having just an insane heat wave. It's been exceedingly hot, and it's been really sad to see the birds and the dogs visibly struggling with thirst. And of course, I think about the people too, and the people in Iran who are dealing with temperatures that are even higher. They're getting up to 50 degrees in some places, on top of having been bombed these past months. And of course, those things are not disconnected. Climate change and imperial wars are part of the same system. And See the Commons works on all of this. Um, so recently we participated in the Santa Marta process. We went to the first conference on transitioning away from fossil fuels, and we've posted about the fact that we succeeded in getting some very important language included in the People's Declaration that came from the Parallel People Summit. We got regenerative grazing to be named as a fall solution. We got animal-free eco-farming to be mentioned, and other things that we've posted about. And you can find the link in our bio. But what I want to talk about is, why does it matter? What difference does it make for this language to be in this document? So I won't go into too much detail now. We have a few report backs that are coming up. We have an online report back that's going to be in July. And we have Chema Hernandez Gill is going to give a report back at St. Teresa of Avila Church this Sunday. So if you want to go there, DM us, we'll give you the information. But for now, I just want to give an example of how it can make a difference to have this language in this People's Declaration. So in 2018, San Francisco hosted a climate summit. And we were one of the organizations that did a lot of work around that. As part of this climate summit, there was an initiative to raise funds through, collaboration with restaurants in San Francisco. And the funds for this Climate Week event were donated to three organizations that all worked on and promoted regenerative grazing. Now, at the time, Seed the Commons raised a bit of a fuss about the fact that this money for Climate Week was going to promote regenerative grazing. But we didn't have a lot of leverage. The environmental movement that we were working with to organize a march and so on, mostly kind of believed that regenerative grazing was actually a good thing. The vegan movement, they were more focused on trying to get Seed the Commons canceled because we had refused to cancel DXE, so, forget that. In effect, Seed the Commons was just alone, the small grassroots organization, saying it's wrong for this money to be raised to promote regenerative grazing. And we didn't have any impact, really. So if in 2018 there had been a document like the People's Declaration that exists now that says regenerative grazing is a false solution, that says that funding should be oriented towards plant-based staples and so on, that would have given us much more leverage to then go to the climate summit organizers and say, here we have global civil society backing this perspective that we had written about back in 2018, that regenerative grazing is a false solution. There are other better ways to put this money to use if we really want to help address climate change. And so in 2018, we would have been able potentially to actually have an impact on where that funding was going if we had had a document like this to give legitimacy to our arguments. So that's one of the ways that activists can now use this document to leverage what they are saying, to give legitimacy to what they are saying, and to orient funding potentially towards projects that are truly regenerative. So we're going to speak about the Santa Marta process and go more into detail about why it matters in upcoming report backs. The best way, honestly, to be notified is to sign up for our newsletter, but we will post here as well. Okay, bye.